Alright, so welcome back to the second video on roots of quadratic equation. In the previous video, we'll discuss three things, basically like what are roots, how to calculate roots, and we also discuss then the nature or the types of the roots. Okay, so we'll be taking it forward from there, and the first thing that we'll be discussing in this video is basically the sum and product of the roots. And then we'll understand how to form equation if the roots are given, and then we'll move on to questions. Okay, so let's get started. So we need to understand sum and product of the roots. So as we discussed in the previous video, like whenever you talk about a quadratic function, the general form is fx is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Now let's say this basically has two roots, one is alpha and another is beta. The two roots are alpha and beta. Now whenever you talk about sum of the roots, let's call that alpha plus beta. So that is nothing but minus of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, which is like basically minus b by a. Okay, and if you talk about product of the roots, so that's alpha beta, so that's like the constant term divided by coefficient of x square, so that's like c by a. So let's say we have this equation x square plus 6x plus 8, and let's say the two roots are p and q. So you can say that p plus q is minus 6 by 1 and pq is equal to it. So let me remove this. You can take another example also. So let's say I have something like 2x square minus 6x plus 18 is equal to 0. Let's say the two roots are alpha and beta. So you can say that alpha plus beta is minus of minus 6 divided by 2. That's 3. And alpha beta is like 18 divided by 2, so that's equal to 9. So if the quadratic equation is given to you, this is how you calculate sum and product of the roots. So alpha plus beta is minus b by a and alpha beta is basically c by a. So we can solve some questions on this. So let's say the question is something like this. The roots of the quadratic equation, x square minus 3x minus 12 is equal to 0 are alpha and beta. So you need to find 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. The roots of the quadratic equation x square minus 3x minus 12 is equal to 0 are alpha and beta. You need to find 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. So pause the video, give this question a try, then play back the video in order to understand how to solve this particular question. Alright, go ahead and give this one a try. So how can we solve this? If the two roots are alpha and beta, Now I know that some of the roots, that is alpha plus beta, is minus b by a, so that's minus of minus 3 divided by 1, that's equal to 3, and alpha beta is equal to c by a, so that's going to be minus 12 by 1, which is equal to minus 12. If I want to calculate 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta, so that's going to be alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. So plug in the values. So that's like 3 divided by minus 12, so that's like minus 1 over 4. And that's your answer for this question. We can take a different question also. So we can take something like, if P and Q are the two roots or two solutions of, so P and Q are the two roots, or you can say solutions of 3x square minus 9x plus 12 is equal to 0, then find 1 over P minus 1 over Q. Then find 1 over P minus 1 over Q. So follow the same drill. Pause the video, try the question yourself, and then play back the video in order to understand how to solve this particular question. Alright, let's see how we can solve this one. So I can again say that sum of the roots, which is P plus Q, that is minus b by a, so that's minus of minus 9 divided by 3, which is equal to 3, and product of the roots is equal to c by a, so that's 12 by 3, which is equal to 4. So when you talk about 1 by P minus 1 by Q, so like you can take the LCM, which is PQ, and this will become Q minus P. Now PQ I have, but I don't have Q minus P. The only thing that I have is P plus Q. So how can I figure out Q minus P? So I just need to know a couple of algebraic formulas for this. Like for example, when you talk about P plus Q whole square, or let's write this as Q plus P whole square. So that's Q square plus P square plus 2PQ, and Q minus P square is equal to Q square plus P square minus 2PQ. Right? So like, can I use both of them? Can I somehow link these two things? Well, I can effectively do that. So what I can do is I can write that using these two, that Q minus P whole square is equal to Q plus P whole square minus 4PQ. So Q plus P whole square is like Q square plus P square plus 2PQ, and if I'm going to subtract 4PQ from that, I'm going to end up with this quantity which is equal to nothing but Q minus P square. So Q minus P square I can say is Q plus P, which is like 3 square, so minus 4 into 4, so I'm getting like Q minus P square is equal to minus of 7. Alright, so I'm getting an imaginary value in this case, but just that I have simply formed an equation. Anyways, so from here you can say that Q minus P whole square, Q minus P will basically be equal to under root of minus 7. So like you can plug in the values and you will get under root of -7 divided by PQ, that's 4, and thus this will be your answer. Okay, now you can also verify, like if this is coming out to be negative, which means your roots will be imaginary. If this is coming out to be root of -7, which is an imaginary value, so roots should be imaginary, that's why you're getting this value as imaginary. So check the value of discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac. So d is b square, so that's -9 square minus 4 into 3 into 12. So that's 81 minus 12 into 12, that's 144. So yes, that is negative. So roots are imaginary, that's why 1 over p minus 1 over q is also coming out to be an imaginary value. However, the concern here is that you should get the concept on how to solve a particular question. And I hope that's clear to everyone. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. So next thing is, how do you get equation from roots? Let's say it's given to you that you have a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation has two roots equal to p and q. A quadratic equation has two roots equal to p and q. What will be the quadratic equation? So how would you do that? If the two roots are given to you, if the value of the two roots are given to you and you are asked to calculate the equation, then the formula is x square minus x into sum of the roots plus product of the roots. So let's suppose it's given to you that the two roots of a quadratic equation are 3 and 4. The two roots of a quadratic equation are 3 and 4. Find the quadratic equation. So that will become x square minus x into 7 plus 12. You can cross verify your result also. So you have x square minus 7x plus 12. You can either use the formula. So that's minus of minus 7 plus minus b square, which is 49, minus 4 into 1 into 12, that's 48 divided by 2. So that's like 7 plus minus 1 by 2. So you're going to get two roots as 3 and 4. 7 minus 1 is 6, x by 2 is 3, 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 by 2 is 4. If you want to get the equation from the roots, then the formula is x square minus x into sum of the roots plus product of the roots, and you will take the roots with their respective signs. For example, let's suppose if I say that if I change my equation that I have two roots as minus 5 comma 6, so then your equation will become x square minus x, and the sum is 6 plus minus 5, that's 1, into product, that is 6 into minus 5, that is minus 30. So that is x square minus x minus 30. Alright, so this is more or less everything that you need to know as far as this term roots is concerned. So we have discussed all the things pertaining to roots, specifically to roots, nothing else you need to know. Alright. Okay, now it's practice time, so let's get going. Let's start with some questions. Well, let's start with question number 1. So question number 1 says that if one root of the quadratic equation 2x square plus x plus m equals to 0 is 1, then find the other root. Okay, so you know what the drill is. You need to pause the video, try the question yourself, then play back the video in order to understand how to solve this question. Alright, so I hope you have tried this question. Now let's move on how to solve this one. So it says that one of the root is 1. So if one of the roots is 1, that basically means if you're going to put x is equal to 1 in this, it's gonna satisfy. That means what is meant by satisfying is that this expression here, this will also come out to be 0. So 0 will be equal to 0. Okay, so plug in 1 in this, you're gonna get 2 into 1 square plus 1 plus m is equal to 0. You're gonna get m is equal to minus 3. So if m is equal to minus 3, then a quadratic equation will become 2x square plus x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now you can either do middle term splitting or you can use the formula. Can we do middle term splitting? Yes, we can do. Or you can use the formula if you're not that much comfortable with middle term splitting. So if I use the formula, then it's minus b, which is like minus 1, plus minus b square, which is 1, minus 4 into a into c with their respective signs, divided by 2 into a, which is 2 into 2. It's like minus 1 plus minus 4 into 2 is 8, 8 into minus 3 is minus 24, and there's a negative sign here also. So it will be 1 plus 24, that's 25 divided by 4. So it's minus 1 plus minus 5 divided by 4. You're gonna have minus 1 plus 5, that's 4 by 4, which is equal to 1. You're gonna have minus 1 minus 5, that's minus 6 by 4, which is like minus 3 by 2. So your other root is basically minus half or minus 3 by 2. That's your other root. Okay. So I hope this question is a simple one and you all have understood this question. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next question is, you have a equation 1 over x is equal to x divided by 2x minus 1. You need to predict the nature of the roots. You need to predict the nature of the roots. Alright, so go ahead, pause the video to add the question yourself. Alright, let's try this one. You can like do the cross multiplication, and this will be 2x minus 1 is equal to x square, or you can write this as x square minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, now couple of ways of solving this question. One is like, if you're good with the algebraic identities, then you'll observe that this is nothing but x minus 1 whole square is equal to 0, which will give you x is equal to 1. So the roots are real and equal because there is only one value of x which is satisfying this. So roots are of real and equal, so nature is real and equal roots. Or if you do not know this algebraic property, no problem, you can use the discriminant methods, that is b square minus 4ac. So that is minus 2 square minus 4 into 1 into 1. So that is like 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. So if your d is equal to 0, then your roots are real and equal. Okay, so the nature is the roots are real and equal. Alright, let's move on. Alright, let's try question number 3. So the question goes something like this. If a is less than 0, where a is a constant value, then find the maximum integer value or the integral value of a if the equation x square minus ax is equal to minus 10 has real roots. If a is less than 0, then you need to find the maximum integer value of a if the equation has real roots. So pause the video, try the question yourself, then play back the video in order to understand how to solve this particular question. Alright, let's see how we can solve this one. So a is less than 0, find the maximum integer value of a if the equation has real roots. Now if you want real roots, then you want your discriminant to be greater than or equal to 0. For greater than 0 you have real and distinct, for d equal to 0 you have real and equal. You want real roots, so you want discriminant to be greater than or equal to 0, which means you want b square minus 4ac to be greater than or equal to 0. Now you can rewrite your equation as x square minus ax plus 10 is equal to 0. So you can say that minus a square minus 4 into 1 into 10 is greater than or equal to 0. So you want a square minus 40 to be greater than or equal to 0, and you want a square to be greater than or equal to 40. Now a is negative and we are looking for an integer value. Now we know that minus 1 square is 1, minus 2 square is 4, minus 3 square is 9. Likewise, minus 6 square is 36 and minus 7 square is 49. Okay, so since we are talking about an integer value, so the value of a, the maximum integer value is minus 7. Okay, you can't take a to be 8 minus 8 minus 9, all these values would satisfy, but like the higher you go in a negative number, the lesser it is effectively, or the smaller it is effectively. Like minus 7 is greater than minus 8, minus 8 is greater than minus 9, and so on and so forth. Smaller the negative number, greater it is basically. Okay, so the maximum integer value is a is equal to minus 7. I hope the question is clear to everyone. So let's move on. Okay, let's move on to question number 4 now. So question number 4 goes something like this. Find P so that the quadratic equation x square minus 4px plus p is equal to 0 has equal roots, where p is a constant value, of course. So find p so that the quadratic equation has equal roots. Go ahead, try this question, pause the video, try the question. All right, let's try this one. So you want equal roots, right? So you're gonna get equal roots when discriminant is equal to 0. You're going to get equal roots whenever discriminant is equal to 0. Remember one thing, whenever you have discriminant less than 0, it's an important information. Your roots are basically always the conjugate pairs. Like you'll have one root as a plus under root of minus b divided by c, and you'll have the other root as a minus under root of minus b divided by c. They're always like conjugate pairs. Like what is meant by conjugate pair is that the sign between the real and the imaginary terms will always be opposite. If one is plus, another is automatically minus. It's always going to happen. Okay, so if you want equal roots, you want your discriminant to be 0. So you want your b square minus 4ac to be 0. So you want your minus 4p square minus 4 into 1 into p is equal to 0. So you want your 16p square minus 4p is equal to 0. You can take 4p common and this will become 4p minus 1 is equal to 0. So if you want this to be 0, you can have either p equals to 0 or p is equal to 1 by 4. So both of them satisfies, no doubt in that. If you're going to put p equals to 0, you're going to get x square is equal to 0. That's also a quadratic equation. Your roots are 0 and 0. Or you can put p is equal to 1 by 4. In that case, you're going to get roots, which is going to be half. So if this equation has equal roots, then discriminant should be equal to 0. That is b square minus 4ac should be equal to 0. Alright, let's move on. So let's try the next question. So question is, you need to find the roots for the equation root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. You have to find the root for the equation root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. So pause the video, try the question yourself. Alright, let's try this question. So can we do the middle term splitting of this? So in this case, we can actually do the middle term splitting. If you observe carefully, you realize that the product of root 2 x square and 5 root 2 is going to be 10x square. The product is going to be 10x square. So can I divide this 7x into two parts such that product of those two parts is equal to 10x square? Actually, you can do that. You can break this into 5x and 2x. So you're gonna have root 2x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2 is 0. So you can take root 2x common. It's going to be x plus root 2 plus 5 into x plus root 2 is equal to 0. You're going to have root 2x plus 5 into x plus root 2 is 0. You're going to have x is minus 5 by root 2 and x as minus of root 2. But whenever you see irrational numbers, this method doesn't strike us. You can definitely use the formula also. So that's like minus b, which is minus 7, plus minus b square, that's 49, minus 4 into root 2 into 5 root 2 divided by 2 root 2. So minus 7 plus minus 49. Now 5 root 2 into root 2 is 10. 10 into 4 is 40. So that's minus 40 by 2 root 2. So 49 minus 40 is 9. Root of 9 is 3. So minus 7 plus minus 3 divided by 2 root 3. Sorry, not 2 root 3, 2 root 2. So minus 7 minus 3 is minus 10 by 2 root 2. Minus 7 plus 3 is minus 4 by 2 root 2. So you'll get the same answers. One is 5 minus 5 by root 2, another is minus of root 2. So either way you can do it, no problem on that part. So these are the types of questions you can expect when you talk about like solving quadratic equation or basically finding the roots of quadratic equation. So I hope the concepts are clear. So thank you so much guys for watching the videos, and keep watching and keep learning. If you have any doubts, if you have any concerns, if you have any suggestions, please do let me know in the comment box or in the comment section. Your doubts, your concerns are like more than welcome. Alright guys, take care and thank you so much for watching the video.